Glad to have you with us from Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. We've waited so long, and finally another season of college football kicking off here in Week 0. It's the BYU Cougars and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
History was made in Starkville, Mississippi. Did you know that Davis Wade Stadium for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State is the second oldest Division I-A campus football stadium, opened in 1914 as Scott Field? The cowbells are clanging every time you visit Starkville, Mississippi. Reese?
Holly, thank you. The Cougars kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Mississippi State's offense will have the football first. And here's a freshman that, despite not being highly recruited, has burst onto the scene. He's made a name for himself in this offseason. Now he'll have to try to live up to the billing. Welcome to college. First carry for the freshman. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Taylor wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Taylor. First catch of the season for this highly talented wide receiver. And man, their fans have been hungry to see that. Now on first down from the 28. Hand it to the back. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces a third down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
On third down, he drops to throw. Out wide right, it's Ashley. And just the way you draw it up, talk about a guy, let him make the first catch of his career right there. That can be a momentum builder to convert your first third down and also get your quarterback in a rhythm throwing the slant.
That's so nice. You always want to do that. You want to start the game in a good rhythm, get your quarterback comfortable. Slants are easy timing routes. Get a first down, now maybe open it up even more.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Mississippi State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win. And if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters. And this is the beauty of getting in these third down and manageable situations. It makes it so much easier for an offense. Now you can run your RPO game, and everybody has to respect that run. I read it. He reads it correctly, spits it out on the perimeter right now. Your guy does the rest of the work. Nice third down execution.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. This quarterback part of their running game. He's past the sticks. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldog! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So BYU's offense will now get its first chance with the football. We expect to see them feed K.D. Daniels. He is the guy they believe is the missing piece in this running attack.
It was a major, major goal for this offense in the offseason to improve the running game. They wanted to be more explosive, David, and that's why they went to the transfer portal, and that's why they brought this guy in. He is a stud. He's got breakaway speed. If they can get this guy in the second level today, I think we're all going to get a chance to see that.
Yeah, you can see some big plays. He's done it throughout his career. It's not a guessing game. It's not a high school kid. You've seen him be successful. They talked about perfect fit into the system and what they want to do. They're going to ride this young man. They know what he can do. They're going to get him the football early and often in this football.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Pumps it downfield. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on third down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
Trying to take it back. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Taylor wants to throw. Looking left. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
In the red area, it's Daniels. They were all over it.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Max got it on the screen. He'll be stopped short. It'll be fourth down, and let's see what the decision is here.
Really nice individual effort that time by the wide receiver. He was trying to get the first down. There was no way he was going out of bounds there on third. Fighting for every inch he could get. Didn't quite get there. And now you've got a big decision if you're the head coach. You're going to stay on the field and try to go for this thing.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Cougars! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this third possession.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Taylor wants to throw it. Rushes on. Snags it over the middle. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. Long way to go on second down. Keeps it on the option. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Pass interference penalty will cost the defense 15 and a first down for this offense. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Taylor wants to throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And the defense is kind of smiling about that one, right? The receiver got a chance, got open, had a chance to make a play, but, man, you don't see it very often, but just lose concentration, and that is a big 3rd down stop for this defense on that.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Second down, gonna throw it. Here comes the heat. Gets rid of it.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Turns it upfield. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Working the ground game. Got room at the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Makes the catch, it's Ashley. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And guys, this is a great time to look for an explosive play on 2nd and short. 3 wideouts to the left. Taylor wants to throw it. He's got the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Ashley. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
Quick give. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout taken by BYU at 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Mississippi State lines up with a 1st and goal. They want to run this quarterback. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. The Cougars are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? A run for the quarterback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Face mask penalty cost the D 15 yards and a first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. He'll take it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Back's got it on the screen. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. They're all over him. Caught. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Fires to the right. Got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. BYU right back to the line. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock.
On the play. Brings up
2nd and long here. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He'll get rid of it. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last complete...
Unleashes one deep. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's at field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
It is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
number 89. Set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Laterals it back. Right side, it's Taylor. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Taylor wants to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. The first game we'll take a look at will be Duke, taking on the UNLV Rebels. And it's the Blue Devils looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football. Now back to your game in Stark Vegas. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
The Bulldogs head coach told me at the half he is very pleased with his defense right now. As you know, this quarterback that they're facing has got so much hype and so much attention, but they have been able to contain him in the first half. They get the ball here to start the second. We'll see if this defense can keep up that same momentum and shut down that quarterback here in the third. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this third down in Starkville. Keeps it himself. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Well, that time on third down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced a negative play, now setting up 4th down.
Making his first move. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Looking for space. It's Harris. Knocked down immediately.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On the snap, it's Harris. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the missed connection on third down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Not a lot of room to make this catch. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Turns up, it's Daniels. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And both of these defenses, man, they've been so good. They've been physical. They've been great tackling, limiting explosive plays. But it's these type of plays right here. When it's kind of a 50-50, 60-40, when the offense has to make the play, the defense has been consistently winning in this football game.
He did everything he could to find enough running room, but he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost it.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Throws it off the RPO. There he goes. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. Snapped on 4th down. Makes the grab. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. He'll do it himself. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. But when the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Sells the run, looking to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
On play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. to go up top on second down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
That's the story today in this game. The coverage defensively has been so good. They seem to always be in the back pocket of these intended targets, and they swat another pass away incomplete.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Trying to escape and get it himself. Ball is loose. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Taylor wants to throw. He spins that thing down the middle. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The fake and wants to throw. Complete downfield. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. First down here in what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. Play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize off getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
Just keep slinging it. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And just like that, the game is completely changed, right? The defense comes away with a huge turnover, and the offense able to cash it in, capitalize by scoring a touchdown. So they've now got the lead. Not a lot of time left, but it feels like all the momentum is now on their side.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Guys?
Holly, thank you. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, swamped immediately.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Kick is in the air. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. Taylor wants to throw it. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Throws it back. Out wide right, it's Ashley. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those 1st downs, get those big chunks.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. From the gun. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game, the defense knows they're going to throw the football. 1st down, they get sacked. 2nd down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. 4th down, gotta have it here. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. 3-point lead, put together a great drive here, Jesse. You can turn it into a 2-possession game.
Let's do that. Let's get a touchdown on the board. Let's find out where our playmakers have the best matchups. Let's exploit those, David.
And it would put our defense in such a great position. 4th quarter, 2-possession lead. It makes it easy to play defense.
The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. Backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, and he could have stopped the drive right there with the pick, but he couldn't hold it. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. There is a flag on the play. Now, if this is on the defense, it might not change that much. Offense has already made the long field goal. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty.
Number 89, set to kick it off.
On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. This will be the last play of the game and the last chance they have maybe to win it at the gun. Taylor wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing?
And how about the defense coming up with a big play late in this football game? Offense trying to put something together. But, man, they anticipated pass. They played with great vision in the back end, broke on the football, Palmer, and they called game.
Yeah, they had the lead. They knew the offense was probably going to have to be throwing the football to try to get back in this thing, and everybody's eyes on the QB. What a great job jumping